All we need is a place to be and a few good friends for some company. If you'd like to stay, you don't have to leave. We'll leave the lights on and the door unlocked. If you drop on by, you don't have to knock. We're happy to share whatever we've got.
So, I've had my Tesla Model 3 for over 3.5 years, and as much as I love it, there are certain things which I wish I knew before I actually bought my Tesla Model 3. Well, things that would have saved me some money, time, effort, if anything, some embarrassing moments at chargers. So today I'll share 5 things that I wish I knew before I picked up my Tesla. And if you're someone who just bought a Tesla or planning to buy one, or just interested to know what things you should be considering before actually taking delivery of your Tesla, then this is for you. So when I first picked up my Tesla, I thought for whatever reason that it should come with, or it would come with all the cables that you need, including a Type 2 cable. And the reason for that could have been that the first Tesla I actually drove was a rental, and the person who actually had that Tesla included all the cables, including Type 2 cables. So I thought maybe that's what it comes with. But when I reached to a charger to charge my car and realizing it only had the Type 2 cable slot empty, I was like, okay, let me get the cable from the back. But funnily enough, there wasn't any in there, and I had to wait for the other charger to be free, and luckily I wasn't in a hurry. Or surely it was more embarrassing because I had a couple of friends with me who were not too keen on EV driving either way, so I had to explain it to them, the scenario that I thought this is the case, but it wasn't. But that's a story of the past. So the point is, in Australia currently the Tesla is not even giving you the normal granny charger. Luckily I got that one. But if you want to buy a Tesla, or in fact any other EVs, just confirm that if you're getting any chargers. If not, do you actually need a Type 2 cable? I've actually covered that in a video which I'll put a link down here or up here or in the comments or a description. But to be honest, just plan your route and you wouldn't need a Type 2. But just to cover it quickly, if you live in an area where it supports Type 2 free charging, like maybe in your office or your apartment or things like that, then it's worth investing in. Otherwise, I don't think it's a must-have. But granny charger, like trickle charger, that's a lifesaver when it comes to charging your EV, especially when you get stranded without a charge. And that brings me to the second point, which is charging a electric car isn't as cheap as you might think. Because when you buy an electric car, you think that you're gonna save hundreds and thousands of dollars. That's true, but only if you charge at your home or if you have access to free chargers. But if you're charging your car, especially a Tesla, on superchargers, they could be quite expensive. They would still be cheaper than your normal fuel car, but the difference isn't enough for you to justify buying an electric, or even using on a long road trip. That's fine because you want convenience. But other than that, I wouldn't sort of be looking to charge my car if I can avoid charging on a supercharger. It's not even good for your battery health. And the fourth point would have to be Tesla's software is amazing, but certainly not perfect. Well, undoubtedly Tesla is doing great when it comes to the UI, UX, or whatever you want to call it, the overall interface of your Tesla, right? But sometimes it glitches so bad that you have to do the famous Tesla system reboot, which happens by holding these buttons for 10 seconds. Meanwhile, when this is resetting, you would be able to drive, and I can show you that you would be able to see. But since you cannot see anything, it's not advisable. And the worst part, you won't be able to see the speed. Although the indicators and the gears, and as you saw, everything still works, but you won't be able to see the back cameras, of course, or what gear you're in. So you have to be cautious. And as you see, it takes a while for it to reboot. It's not a 2-second thing. But this is something which I didn't know, and I had to find it the hard way because I was actually using my car normally, and my Sentry mode screen got stuck, which means when I got into the car, the red big circle, which happens to be the circle which shows outside people that the cars in Sentry mode stay away. That circle got stuck on my screen, and I didn't know what to do. I had to Google what it is, couldn't find anything. Then, just being from the IT field, I know there would be a way to reset the system, and that's what I searched for. And I came to know that by holding these buttons together for like 10 seconds, it would reset the system. So this is a must-to-know feature, or must-to-know. I wouldn't even call it a feature. It's a must-to-know if you own a Tesla, because Tesla is a car which is based on all the tech around it, and the screen is the only interface that you use. So you would need to know how it works and how to reset it. And I think the next thing would have to be that realizing that phantom drain is real. I thought once I parked my car, my battery would sit happily where I left it. But that's not the case. If you're checking your Tesla app all the times, using Sentry mode overnight, or using overheat cabin protection during the day, your battery drains quite a lot. So be aware of that. And this phenomena is called phantom drain because you technically didn't drive the car for it to drain, but all the other system also uses the battery, hence the drain. So don't be surprised, but just be aware how to save battery when things like that happen. Like for example, if you're leaving your car at airport for a week or a month, for a month for sure, turn off everything that you can, including Sentry mode, overheat protection for your cabin, and try to limit checking up on your car, because connecting your car to the app also switches on the car, which means it drains the battery. Now, the fifth and the last thing which I would want to say is, assuming the car that you're choosing or you already are driving is a normal car is the biggest mistake that you can do. Because everything from the way it drives, from the way you open it, from the way you charge it, it's very different from all the other cars, including all the other EVs in fact. And hence, catching up on all that the community have to share about how they manage their Tesla, including channels like myself, or there was a channel called Ryan he's from Melbourne. He had I think Model 3 to begin with, or Tesla Tom from Sydney. All those people helped me a lot to understand my car, and I'm trying to do the same by giving you all that information that I can, including the information for my Tesla as well as for BYD. So being part of such communities just give you that extra insight into how you can better use your car. Because honestly, you don't want to be living or driving a car for 2 years to realize there were certain features that you would have wanted to know, but you didn't know because you were not part of a community which shared those things. So just in case you are planning to buy a Tesla, just look up on some videos, look up on tutorials. In fact, if you have time, go through the user manual, because there's a lot of stuff which you can learn by just going through all that, and it can help you a lot, especially in a tense scenario. For example, if your charger gets stuck, what you can do. If your car's out of battery, how can you charge it? If your car runs out of the 12-volt battery, how to jump start the car. And that sort of thing is something which I share on my channel, as well as I'm sure a lot of other people do. So hence the fifth part is, don't consider your Tesla to be just another car. If you bought into the ecosystem, you just have to keep up with what are the changes that they've done to the UI UX with the last update, and what are the features that you can use and how you can use them. So yeah, let me know if you are picking up a Tesla, and if you knew all about what we just discussed, and if there's any particular thing that you would want to know, including how to charge your car and what's the best charger to buy, then leave that in the comment and I'll try to answer those comments. But other than that, good luck, take care, and I'll see you in the next one.